Mr. Noakes, were you trying to call me?
Yes, I was. How you doing, Miss Kitty?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine. I was just calling to let you know that I'll be your house counsel today if you need one.
Okay, can I have your phone number?
Absolutely. 313
Uh-huh.
418 8511.
All right, I got you, Mr. Noakes.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Madam,
Yes.
hello. This is Attorney Brian Brown. I would like to check in.
Okay, who are you on, Mr. Brown?
The last name is Giles, Gales. First name is Ryan.
Do you have a case number? That's not on Judge Giles' docket.
I do have the case number. Case number is 2105662201. Register of action says Giles, but could be wrong.
Okay. Thank you. It's scheduled in front of Judge McConicle, William McConicle.
Okay, do you know what courtroom he's in?
No, I don't. Hold on.
538.
Is it 538?
Yes.
Thank you, whoever said.
Good, you? Good. Is
Good morning,
McConicle
Kitty.
at 538?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. Jonathan Simon for James White.
James White has been retained out.
Oh, okay. Who's retained? Who is the retained attorney?
Daniel Reed.
Oh, okay. All right. Says he
He's
filed an
on.
appearance?
Yeah, he emailed it to me. He's on.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Take care.
Madam Clerk, good morning. This is Vince Haysha. I have George Williams, which was set for an in-person at 11:45. It's going to be a waiver. I have him logging on, but before I had him log on, I wanted to make sure the court could take the waiver early.
What's the last name?
Williams.
George Williams. Okay.
Yeah.
Judge, I'm having him log on right now. I sent him the link over just a moment ago and told him just to stand by until I had confirmation. He'll be on momentarily.
Okay.
All right. I need Mr. Moody so we can start. Oh, I could do Ragland and Decolette. No, I believe everybody's on.
We're ready.
Daniel, I'll do you next. I'm waiting on the prosecutor to come back in, okay?
No, the prosecutor on my case is there. It's Ms. Chaffone and Nicole
Yeah.
James.
I know, I was talking to Daniel, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry.
I'm getting ready to call your case. Calling case number 2155839, the people of the state of Michigan versus Joshua Ragland. Defendant number 1 is charged with count 1, homicide, murder, first degree premeditated. Count 2, felonies, firearm. The people of the state of Michigan versus Renetta Decolette. Defendant number 2 is charged with count 1, homicide, murder, first degree premeditated. Count 2, strike count 2. Habitual offender, fourth notice. This matter is here on a review hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Chaffone on behalf of the people, P75922.
And good morning, Gabby Silver appearing on behalf of Joshua Ragland. I would waive his presence this morning, Your Honor. He is still in the Wayne County Jail.
All right, waive his appearance for the purpose of this hearing.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
I The prosecutor,
We need Miss James. Miss James.
We have Ms. James and Mr. Nineheist is also on the line as well. He's going to be representing Ms.
Yeah, I was-
Alexia Decollette.
You put her appearance on, but I'm Patrick Nineheist, P76343 on behalf of Alexia, Alexcia Decollette, who is the witness.
Oh, there's Miss James. Okay.
All right, Ms. James, need your appearance.
Are you waiting for me to put my appearance on the record?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Nicole Jones, appearing on behalf of Ms. Decollette.
Okay, thank you. All right. Madam Prosecutor?
Judge, I have spoken to CPS after I had left court. I've been in contact with the woman from CPS. Her name is Latrice, Latrice. I can spell her last name, Goree. We've spoken several times, the last time being Friday afternoon. I have not spoken to her this morning. From my conversation with her, she and some other individuals or investigators from CPS have gone to several locations. I think when we spoke last, it was about 5 locations she had indicated, attempting to locate Miss Alexia Decollette, and has not been successful. She is still working on that. I asked her about appointment of a guardian ad litem, and she indicated to me that CPS does not do that. She did state, though, that because I had made a couple of calls, Judge, about the guardian ad litem, and it's a bit more challenging than I think we may have anticipated. If she has a guardian ad litem that was appointed previously for any type of a CPS case or family court issue, then they'll be able to give me that person's name. The woman from CPS, Ms. Gore, indicated that she was still looking to try to find that information for me, that she was going to get back to me hopefully today, she stated. If Ms. Decollette has a guardian ad litem, I'm going to get the name and the number for that person. And I also told Mr. Nineheist that I would keep him in the loop with this as well. If she does not have a guardian ad litem that was appointed previously, then it's a bit more challenging at that point. I've spoken to, or someone from my office spoke to someone at the Attorney General's office, and the information that we have is that a judge at family court would have to appoint a guardian ad litem at the recommendation of CPS. CPS will only appoint a guardian ad litem in cases, typically, this is what Ms. Gore has indicated, typically in cases involving abuse or neglect charges or allegations that have some sort of that they can establish some sort of evidence supporting that. She indicated at this point, they can't even locate Ms. Decollette to determine whether or not there's any abuse or neglect. So she's still kind of working on this, Judge, but she cannot locate her at this point in time. I have gotten some paperwork to the investigator at our office who deals with out-of-state issues when the state is not able to assist through the U.S. Marshals, using the U.S. Marshals instead. So that's another route I'm going down. But I'm still getting some more information from CPS. That has not been very successful at this point.
All right, okay, what part of the problem is she's a witness.
Yes.
And right now, she's a witness that you intend on calling. So, and she hasn't been served, which means, your folks are gonna have to do something to locate her too.
Yes.
Officer in charge.
Yes, my officer in charge does have the subpoena. I have given that to him. He is out of town for a part of this week. However, he had indicated to me that subpoena would be passed along. And so I will be following up on that today. I did talk with him on Friday before he left, but I'll be following up with his supervisor this morning as well, Judge.
right. Well, I guess I don't understand how protective services can say there's no issue regarding abuse or neglect, if they can't even find this 15-year-old.
I would agree. They did state to me, and I did receive kind of the same message from when I had spoken with the Attorney General's office, or when someone from my office had spoken with them, that it's their position that Miss Renita Decollette could still act as a guardian in this situation, with Mr. Nineheist being her attorney and representing her legal interests. That doesn't really seem appropriate to me, but that was.
Mr. Nineheist hasn't even, have you seen her at all? Have you talked to her?
No, Judge, I just got a call on Friday and talked to Ms. Chaffone Friday afternoon.
Okay. All right. Well, all right, well, our next date is set for exam on April 26th.
Thank you, Judge. And if I get any more information, I will get it to the councils. I told Mr. Nineheist as well that the next time I speak, he and I spoke after the last time that I'd spoken with CPS, but I did indicate to him that I would pass along his name and number to CPS, so if they are able to get a hold of her, that she will be able to have contact with her attorney as well.
All right, Ms. Silver, Ms. James, anything you want to add?
Nope, not this morning, Judge. Thank you.
No, Your Honor.
Judge, can I just ask what time the exam is on the 26th?
2 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we'll see everybody back then. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Huh?
Defendant number 2 present.
No, we'll wait with the parents.
Ready? I'm Ronald Lee.
Yes.
Calling case number 2060193, the people of the state of Michigan versus Ronald Lee Jr. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 2, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 3, weapons carrying concealed. Count 4, weapons carrying concealed. Count 5, count 6, weapons felony firearm, habitual offender for notice. This matter is here on a warrant hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Daniel Wazak. My bar number is P35225. I would ask to waive Mr. Lee's appearance as he is in MDOC custody.
That's Mr. Lee right there, is it?
No.
That's
That's
not
Mr.
Lewis.
Lewis.
Oh, Lewis. All right.
Your Honor, at this time, I am asking that the, pardon me?
The waive his appearance for the purpose of this hearing.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, I'm going to request that any warrant be recalled from his failure to appear on March 24th of last week. I was only called after that court date to be advised that he was in the Robert Cotton Correctional Facility in Jackson, Michigan. I'd ask that that warrant be recalled.
All right, we'll set aside the case to call a warrant.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, we'd like to reassert our request for a live examination and set it at the court's convenience. Of course, with consideration that he'll have to be writted out from Jackson for a live hearing.
Judge, I don't know. I'm not working with the file today.
Okay, can you look in the, RA, see what time it was set for before?
Was set for 1:30 on the 24th, Judge.
On the 24th?
Yes, March 24th at 1:30.
That's next week. Let's see what it was for. Oh, yeah, that's correct. It was the 24th. Set on the 7th of October.
All right, April 8th, enough time for you, room? So that's over 2 weeks.
Judge, I'm not available on April 8th. Excuse me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be enough time. Next time.
April 14th at 2:30.
That's a good date, Judge. Thank you. I have one other question, please.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I anticipate that it might become necessary to play a portion of a body cam video that I received in my discovery. Do I coordinate that with Mr. Moody, with your court clerk, or some other individual?
You plan on doing it?
Yes, Judge, it would be part of my cross-examination.
Okay, then you have to set it up. You have to bring whatever you need to do it.
Well, I would be bringing a computer. Does it hook up to the screen in the courtroom?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Is my attorney on for James Lewis?
Yes, she's there. It's
You see on there?
Yes, I'm here.
I ain't even talked to her yet.
All right, who's the attorney? Ms. Spahn?
Yes.
All right, she's in a breakout room so you can talk to her.
All right. I just talked to him Friday.
You want to talk to you again?
Is anybody here on Smith? Ty? Janelle Smith?
We're ready on Mr. Williams on the waiver if the court's ready.
I know you are a counselor. You have attorneys ahead of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought you said, is anybody ready? I'm sorry.
Claude Chapman's in the hall. If she's on that case? Yes. General Smith?
Yeah,
Yes.
all right, I need them. Ready on Salazar?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Calling case number 2155919, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jenica Salazar. The defendant is charged count 1, stolen property, receiving and concealing $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause.
And good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your wonderful staff. May it please this most honorable court, Reginald Andrew, P number 80354, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Ajami, P82745, on behalf of Ms. Salazar, whose presence we are waiving for the purposes of today's hearing.
Right, from the waiver of appearance for the purpose of today's hearing, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor, today's the date and time set for a PCC. We're asking the court to set an in-person exam.
Okay, how many witnesses?
2, Your Honor.
Almost bring the doorbell at a random.
July 20th at 9:45.
July 20th at 9:45, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. That works, Your Honor. Have a great day, Seth.
All right, anything else?
Nothing from the fence, Your Honor. Have a great day for you and your staff.
And nothing for the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Ready on Janelle Smith. Calling case number 2060491, the people of the state of Michigan versus Janelle Smith. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance possession, habitual offender, second notice. This matter is scheduled for examination. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Clark Shelton, P69850 on behalf of Mr. Smith. Your Honor, if I could, follow sort of this one. My client should be here in about 5 minutes.
Oh, wait.
He misunderstood. He thought I said 9:30.
Wait.
He walked into the door very shortly.
He's set for 9 o'clock.
I understand that was probably.
Counsel, I got another case set for 9:15. Only allowed to have so many people here in the building, in the courtroom at the time. He has 1 minute.
He should be here before 9:31.
And I'm gonna take it. Well, I'm gonna lock him up and we'll deal with it. If you wanna wait for him, you can wait for him and we'll deal with it. I can't deal with it anyway. Right now, case is, his bond previously submitted shall be forfeited, new bond set at 30,000 cash.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
Ready on Martel Legron.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Calling case number 2058302, the people of the state of Michigan versus Martel Legron. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. Count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. This matter is here on a hearing.
Please, Honorable Court, George Shedro, P. 41732, Mr. Legrand, who I just saw him, but I don't know where he's at now.
I'm right here.
Oh, there he is. You're at this time.
State your name, please.
Martel Legrand.
Okay, George.
At this time, Your Honor, on Friday, the warrant was recalled and we want to waive our preliminary examination.
All right. Mr. Legrand, you understand that you have a statutory right to preliminary exam where the court must state, what the court must. All right. You have a statutory right to preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing it. You understand that?
Yes.
Anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No.
You do so freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes.
Do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
Do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
No.
Mr. Sandro, do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
No, sir.
All right, court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam as bound over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be April 12th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you to the staff. Mr. Legrand, I'll talk to you in a while.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sign off.
Judge, is Mr. Schneider on? Attorney Schneider?
Yeah, he's on the background. He's on. There he is.
Is your client on?
I do not believe so. Miss Hill, are you on the call?
Yeah.
Daisha Hill?
Deja Hill.
No, it's-
Okay.
it's, we got a couple phones, just.
All right, we don't see her. I'm gonna have to recall it.
Okay, I'm about to go inside Taylor District Court for an examination. Can I check back in about 30 minutes?
Sure.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, I did want to let you know that Quincy Walker is here. This is Alexandria Poole.
Okay, I'm getting ready to call it now. Calling case number 2060962, the people of the state of Michigan versus Quincy Walker Jr. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for probable cause conference.
And good morning, Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit by Alexandria Poole for Quincy Walker, who is present on the call. Mr. Walker, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Quincy Walker.
And Your Honor, we're here, Mr. Walker was approved for diversion and we're here to waive the exam.
Just told he was approved.
He was approved, yes. I believe you were on the email, actually.
All right, Mr. Walker, you understand that you have a statutory right to preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
I gotta hear your answer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No.
You're waiving your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes.
Do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
No.
Ms. Poole, do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
No, Your Honor.
All right, court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam as filed over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be April 12th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Continue.
Mr. Walker, you can sign off.
Okay.
Ready on Jordan Bates?
Yes.
Calling case number 2155915, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jordan Bates. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, habitual offender for notice. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Prosecutor Blair, move the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Melanie Bates, standing in for Randall Upshaw, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jordan Bates. Your Honor, permission to waive his presence for today's proceeding.
All right, court will waive his appearance for purpose of today's hearing. All right, what's your pleasure?
Request our preliminary exam.
All right, how many witnesses?
This judge has, I believe, one. You can do one.
All right. July 14th at, no, wait,
Oh,
no.
Judge,
Work, huh?
that last case, that waiver had an exam for 420. That's okay. So I don't know if you want to use this.
Oh, 420. All right, how about April 20th at 4th at 10:30? Thank you, thank you.
I don't understand.
Judge, did you say April 20th at 10:30?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that works.
All right, Bob, continue.
Okay, thank you. You all have a good day.
You too. Thank you,
you
Ms. Bates. Ready on James White?
Here, help someone. We're ready, Your Honor.
Calling case number 2156590, the people of the state of Michigan versus James White. Defendant is charged with count 1, robbery armed. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning,
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Daniel Reed, P number 30965, appearing on behalf of Mr. White. We do consent to this matter proceeding by Zoom. Mr. White is currently present at this point in time. Mr. White, would you state your name for the record, please?
James White III.
Pull the chair.
Can you repeat your name again, please?
State your name again, sir.
James White III.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, we request this matter be set for a preliminary examination.
How many witnesses?
Judge, I think I can do one.
July 16th at 9:15.
July 16th?
Yes.
That's a good date, Your Honor.
That's a good date?
Yes, you said 9:15?
Yes, sir.
All right, no, that's fine, Your Honor.
Okay.
What was that date he said?
All right, that's set for in person, Mr. Reed.
What's the date?
I'm sorry, say it again, Your Honor.
That's set for in person, July 16th.
Yes, sir, we'll be there. God willing.
What's his P number?
30965.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Everybody stay safe.
30965.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm. Ready on George Williams?
Lead it.
Calling case number 21-55274, the people of the state of Michigan versus George Williams. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Prosecutor Williams.
And Your Honor, good morning to you and your staff, as well as Mr. Moody in the gallery. Vincent Haysha appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Williams. My P number is 76506 for the court reporter. Your Honor, Mr. Williams is on the Zoom right now, but he's been texting me. For some reason, he can't connect to audio. I'm trying to think of it. Perhaps I could call him, or if there's a number that he can call in on just to get the waiver on the record. He's aware of this. I don't think I can waive on his behalf. If I can, I will.
Yeah, he has to do it.
Certainly. So this is the first time I've had this issue where the audio won't connect, so I'm not certain what the protocol is. But I'm willing to have him call in, or I can call him on speakerphone and have him affirm his identity.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to call me, he's gonna do something. We have to be able to talk to him.
Do you want me to call him on my cell phone and then have him on speakerphone and have him affirm the waiver, or do you want me to call directly to the court?
You've talked to him before, you can basically identify him, correct?
I can identify that he's on the record right now, yes.
He's on the record. Well, he's not on the record right now.
I can identify that he's in the courtroom, present in the Zoom courtroom.
That's the gentleman that says the Galaxy.
A21. Joe Louis Galaxy A21 is Mr. Williams.
Yeah. All right. Then you have to get him on, you have to be able to talk to him now. So if you could do it on your phone, that's fine.
I'll have him on just in one moment. Mr. Williams, you're on the record right now. I need you to nod your head. Well, actually, I don't know that he's going to be able to do that because when he talks, he's going to be on. It's going to take the video off. Mr. Williams, I have you on with the court right now. You're on speakerphone with the court. Can you state your name?
Yeah, George Williams.
Is the court able to hear him, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, great. George, hang tight. They're going to call the case, and then when we go on the record, I'll have you identify everything, and the court's going to have a couple.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Mr. Williams, we're on the record. State your name for the record, please.
George Williams.
Mr. Williams, do you understand today's the date and time set for a preliminary examination?
Yes.
Do you understand that an examination is a probable cause hearing where the people have to show probable cause that a crime was committed, that being carrying a concealed weapon, and probable cause that you've likely committed that crime? Do you understand those two standards?
Yeah.
Do you understand that you and I have talked about the fact that you could have this examination with the purpose of cross-examination of the government's witnesses, or we could waive that examination, and if we do so, we'll be bound over to the circuit court for further proceedings? Do you understand that? And did we have that conversation?
Yes.
And is it at this time your desire to waive the examination?
Yes.
And are you doing so freely or voluntarily?
We're not getting this feedback.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Go ahead.
Hold on. His audio is working now.
Oh, he's connected to the audio?
Let me go ahead and do it. All right, Mr. Williams. All right, Mr. Williams, you understand? All right, so what the state will show by that a crime was committed and you understand that? You didn't get the answer.
The answer is yes, Your Honor.
Gotta get it from your client.
George, can you repeat your answer, please?
It said yes.
Did anybody promise you anything, threaten you in any way?
Hey, come on now. Say, Papa.
Mr. Williams, did anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No, they didn't.
All right, you waive your right freely and voluntarily after having an opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Right.
Mr. Williams, he asked, did you waive your right freely and voluntarily after having an opportunity to speak to me about it? That's what the court asked you.
Yes.
All right. And do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
No.
All right, counsel, do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
None whatsoever, Your Honor.
All right. The court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam. Matters bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which would be April 12th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Is Lewis ready?
No, we don't have him back.
She
wasn't back.
The attorney is back.
No.
You said he's not on them?
No, that's. You have a number? Postpone.
Nope. Oh, hold on. I get this. That's a waiver, Judge.
9:15?
Yeah, that's the one I called, but his client wasn't on. That was Mr. Schneider.
What about 9:30? Barnett?
I don't know about the 9:30. Ty, is our 9:30 here?
Just a second.
Okay.
Okay. You said it's 9:30? Yes, Mr. Barnett.
Hi.
Attorney here?
Attorney is right there. I don't have.
James. Oh, he was on.
No, we're gonna be far down. He's out there.
Oh.
It's turning.
What, this is the number, I'm sorry, this is the number.
No, they're approaching. Sure. You know, I appreciate, you know, I understand. He's grown. He's where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be there. That's all I know. I'm looking to recall, I still have two pieces. I'll tell you at 9:30 and 9 o'clock. Well, you did notice that he got it. Just kind of right here. He got his timer here. Anyway, I'd like to. We got 5 minutes, Mr. Ronald. We gotta make it quick.
Okay.
Okay, let me get this guy. Bring him up? Yeah. Okay. I'm bringing him up. Oh, okay. Mark, what's talking right now?
What we doing, Judge Smith?
So this is, yes.
Ms. Fine,
Yes,
do you know what happened to your client?
I do not.
They didn't say anything after you.
All of the video, so I'm not sure what they did.
Okay. I'm trying to call them, but they're not answering. Oh, I thought he gave me a second.
A big question.
Okay, this one's
I guess if we can't get him back, I'd be willing to waive his presence.
Okay, hold on. I gotta call this other case.
Okay.
Recalling case number 2060491, the people of the state of Michigan versus Giles Smith. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, possession, habitual offender, second notice. This is a recall on a warrant hearing.
Good morning, Good morning, Your Honor. Claude Chapman, 369-850 on behalf of Mr. Ronald Smith, who is present. Your Honor, for the record, if I could, Mr. Smith did arrive before 9:30. It was 9 o'clock, counsel. Now, you want to put it on the record, Ken? You know, but you're not gonna like what I got to say about it. It's set for 9. That's when it was set for. That's when you're supposed to be here. The other question, Mr. Smith, you know, how to address the court? I don't do t-shirts and I don't do sweats in my courtroom. Sweats? That's what it looked like. Your shirt. Oh, the shirt? Yeah, the shirt. Oh, I thought it was a dress like. Apologize, Your Honor. Not a dress, a shirt with a collar. That's what you wear when you come to court. You understand? Yes, sir. All right. He's accepting the offer. Looks like there's an offer here. There is an offer here. That means we accept the offer. My client signature is the offer. All right, so you do attempt possession of analogs, which is a 1-year misdemeanor. Terms of agreement, 12 months probation, drug treatment is recommended by the probation department. Fines and costs and the other conditions set forth by the state. That's correct. Are you right? You swear our client shall truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes, sir. All right. Mr. Smith, you understand that by pleading guilty, you're given a certain constitutional right. And then the right to a trial by judge or jury. You understand that? Yes, sir. You have the right to be presumed innocent of proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that? Yes, sir. You have the right to question and confront any witnesses the state has against you and to use the court's subpoena power. Force any witnesses you may have to come to court and testify on your behalf. You understand that? Yes, sir. You also give us the right to be presumed innocent. All right, said that. You have the right to remain silent and not have that silence used against you, or the right to testify at your own trial if you so decide. You understand? Yes, sir. You understand all these rights I've gone over with you? Yes, sir. You got an opportunity to talk to your attorney about all these rights. Yes, sir. You're pleading guilty in this case because you're arguing. Yes, sir. All right, now factual basis. We would rely on the factual basis on the report from the investigating officer. Well, no, I need to say what he did or didn't do. So when I played the whole bit. On the date and time, were you, this would be 9/15/2020, were you in the city of Detroit? Yes. Were you operating an automobile at that time? Yes. And did you attempt to possess a controlled substance, namely an analog? Yes, I attempted. Yes, sir. Do you have any legal right to possess it? Do you have a prescription or any legal right? No, sir. All right. That's my call. All right. Now it's going, of course, going to accept the plea. The matter is referred for a pre-sentence investigation report, 36th District Court Probation Department. Going to come back for sentencing.
May 4th.
May 4th. May 4th, 21 at 9 o'clock a.m. or 8:30.
She does.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock a.m. And that's going to be in front of Judge Bryant. That's in courtroom
339.
339. One that's not here, one floor below. But you gotta wait for your paperwork, please. You gotta go down to the probation department, which is on the 3rd floor, so they can do an interview. All right. Now, when you come back to see Judge Bryant, make sure you dress right. Think I was thinking about dress code. You don't want to know about her. That's May 4th, correct, Judge? May 4th, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I'll leave it in my file. Oh, excuse me. Stop. You got it.
All right, ready on Barnett?
Yes.
Richard Burnett.
Wait outside of the paperwork, too. Wait outside there. Bring the paperwork. Up here too. No, he sits right there.
Calling case number 2060530, the people of the state of Michigan versus Richard Barnett. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Morning, Your Honor. Morning, Your Honor. Timothy Rather from the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, on P number 70539 on behalf of Mr. Barnett, who is present in the courtroom with us, Your Honor.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are ready to proceed.
Yeah. Okay. Judge, this ordinary matter, mutual order of sequestration, we're asking the court to order with the exception of officer in charge of seeking the courtroom, and that is Charles Jerry Knight.
You're testifying? You testifying?
Good morning.
No, good morning. Okay.
No objection. Thank you, Judge.
All right, any witnesses testifying today at trial, anytime in the future must leave the courtroom or be denied their future testimony. The exception to the officer in charge, you find your first witness.
People are calling Matthew Bethington.
Is there anything to? You swear our firm. For the, court order, number 15.
Officer Matthew Hutchinson.
This officer where?
At the 5th precinct, Detroit Police 5th precinct.
All right. Sir, I'm going to take you back to September 16th. 7:30 or so. We got you at 8:05.
Yes, sir.
Were you thereabouts around the area of Jefferson and Marquette?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how were you dressed, sir?
I was in a Class B blue uniform.
Can you describe that, please?
Yes, sir. Blue pants, blue shirt with a badge, my name on it. That also says Detroit Police.
Okay. Working with anybody?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
That would be my partner, Officer Goins.
Okay. And you arrived in this area how? How'd you get this area?
On patrol.
All right. Marked, unmarked, or?
We do have a marked scout car, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, were you driving that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did something happen at that date, time, and location that brings you into court here today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And first off, before I ask you, is this the city of Detroit County line?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what brings you into court here today? What happened?
What brings me into court today is I observed the defendant on this day, Mr. Richard Barnett, to be concealed carrying a pistol.
Okay, let me go back. You indicated that defendant Richard Barnett is that person here in court today?
Yes, he is.
Can you tell us where he is in the courtroom and what he's wearing?
Yes, sir. He's sitting on the right side of the bench. He's wearing a black shirt, a a blue face covering with glasses, and he has braids.
All right, so you see Mr. Barnett, where do you see Mr. Barnett at? When you first met Carl?
On this date,
I'm sorry?
on this date,
Yeah, the date of September 16, 2020 at 7:30 PM, where was it? Where do you see
he is walking from Marquette to a liquor store there on Jefferson, just east, and he appeared to be walking inside the liquor store when I observed the extended magazine protruding from his person.
Okay. Can you describe what it is that you saw, the extended magazine for the court, please?
Yes, sir. What I saw was a long magazine protruding from what appeared to be a pistol. There was an L-shaped hole inside of Mr. Barnett's waistband, which was partially covered.
Okay. And the part that's protruding, was that in the open?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what part was that in?
That would be the magazine of the weapon.
Okay. And the other part of the weapon was where? I'm sorry, which part of the body?
It was concealed in his waistband.
Right or left side, if you recall?
I do not recall.
All right. So when you see this gentleman with this, he was, did you say entering the store?
He was walking towards the door, yes.
Okay, all right. And where were you about in relation to him as far as feet, footage, yardage?
I would say 50 yards at the most.
Okay. Now, what was the lighting conditions there?
It was dark that night, but the store that he was walking into was provided light so that you could see.
Okay. Now, when you see this gentleman going towards that store, what do?
I exited my patrol vehicle and I asked the defendant.
Are you still 50 yards away from him or so?
No, sir. At this point, I am maybe 20 feet from the defendant.
Okay. So is that when you exit the car?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you do approach him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happens when you approach him?
I asked the defendant if he has a concealed pistol license for the pistol that is on his person.
Okay. Did you respond in any way?
Yes, the defendant advised me that he was open carrying.
Okay. What happens now? What happens now?
The defendant states he was open carrying. I removed the weapon from the defendant's hip. He provided a pistol sales record for the firearm that he had on his person. At that point, the defendant was detained. His information was investigated through the law enforcement information network to see if he had a valid concealed pistols license, which he did not.
Okay. All right. Now what happens at this point after that?
At this point, the defendant is under arrest, placed under arrest.
Can you describe that weapon for us?
Yes, sir. I believe it was a black Smith & Wesson M&P handgun.
Okay. Is that placed on evidence, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
You say you were the driver of the patrol vehicle, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You got a partner with you?
Yes, sir.
When you observed Mr. Barnett, you said you were in the patrol car, correct?
Yes, sir.
Were you stationary? Were you moving?
We were not moving at that time.
Okay. So you were stationary. Where were you sitting at that time? Let me be more specific. Were you in a parking lot? Were you on the street? Where were you?
We were on the road.
Okay. And this is Jefferson?
No, sir, I don't recall.
You don't recall which street you were on, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
But you saw Mr. Barnett at the corner of Jefferson and Marquette, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you stated that you you're approximately 50 yards away when you initially saw him, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what, had an event or something specifically drawn your attention toward Mr. Barnett himself?
No, sir.
Okay. And so when you saw Mr. Barnett heading toward, I believe you said it was a liquor store, that's when you said that you saw what you suspect to be a handgun in his waistband, is that correct?
I saw an extended magazine protruding from.
Okay. So you saw a magazine sticking out of his waistband, right?
Yes, sir.
But you don't recall what side of his body it was on, right?
No, sir.
Okay. And you also testified previously that it was dark that evening, it was about 7:30-ish, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that the lighting, the available lighting that you had was simply the stated lights from the liquor store, right?
Yes, sir.
You're talking about the sign for the liquor store or other lighting? What was the lighting situation?
The sign as well as other lights on the liquor store so that the store and the parking lot itself is very well lit.
Okay. And so the, when you approached, let me back up, I apologize. You were 50 yards away when you first saw him, correct?
Correct.
And you drove your car closer to him, am I right in saying that?
Correct.
And when you reached him, the closest you got to him before you approached him was about 20 feet away, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you and your partner approached him, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Did Mr. Barnett have a holster strapped to him, do you recall?
Yes, Mr. Barnett had a concealed pistol holster.
Okay, he was wearing it?
Yes, inside the waistband holster.
Thank you, I have no further questions, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I would just, at this time, reject the bind over, no specific argument claim that rejecting the bind over to CC.
Motion to bind based upon what the testimony of this officer gave. I know the court was tentatively on that, without having to go through it again. Motion by Joe.
All right, court having heard the testimony, I answer as follows. September 16, 2020, approximately 7:30 p.m. Officer Eddington was in class uniform with scout car and observed defendant walking on Jefferson towards the liquor store. He observed an extended magazine protruding from his waistband, partially covered. Going towards the liquor store, this was approximately 50 yards away. He pulled up closer to him, was about 20 feet away, in contact with him, asked him if he had a CCL. He said he's open carrying. He had a pistol sales record for the weapon, with no CCL. More than enough appearance to show what four times that the felony enumerated and explained more. He was at the current city of Detroit. Calling this charge defendant. Found the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be April 12, 2021, 9:00 a.m. He wasn't eligible for diversion.
Correct. We're going to readdress that, but yes.
Mr. Barnett, you cannot open carry and have any of the weapon covered. It has to be completely visible. So you've seen them holsters that come all the way down almost to the knee. You kind of got away. But do you have anything covering it? Conceal it. You know. Put you in a bad position. April 12th, bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you. Now, I have.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You got, Margaret Washington.
Okay. All right, good to see you.
You too. Everyone be safe.
Marcus Washington here.
Oh, Ms. Bond, no, man, oh, she was in the back. You do her.
She gonna waive his appearance?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I tried calling back.
yeah. Well, try it, Joe.
Ready on Lewis?
I don't see it. Is there one?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, all right.
We want you.
Calling case number 1961285, the people of the state of Michigan versus James Lewis. Defendant is charged with count 1, breaking and entering a vehicle to steal property, $1,000 or more, less than $20,000. Third notice. Count 2, stolen property, receiving and contributing $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. Third notice. Count 3, larceny from a vehicle. Count 3, strike that. Count 3, larceny from a motor vehicle. Count 4, larceny from a motor vehicle. Habitual offender, fourth notice. This matter is here on a probable cause conference.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Reginald Danger, appeal number 80354, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Janet's Pond appearing on behalf of James Lewis. He was here previously, Your Honor, from the Department of Corrections. I did a breakout room with him and somehow we lost his presence.
All right, we tried to call him and get him back, but we were unsuccessful. Waive his appearance for the purpose of the remainder of this hearing. What are we doing this month?
Your Honor, I'm really hoping that we can resolve this case with some type of plea and time served. He's been continuously incarcerated since October of 2019. And this case should have came up with his other cases. But apparently I have to talk to Mr. Andrews' supervisor. Pending that, Mr. Lewis would like to set this for an in-person exam.
Right.
And understanding that there would need to be a writ, Your Honor. He's currently in the St. Louis Correctional Facility.
All right, April 14th at 2:45.
Your Honor, I'm in a trial that afternoon.
You said, oh, you're in a trial?
Yeah, I have a lot of trials in April. Would the 13th in the late afternoon be available?
Nope. It's booked up.
What about the 20th anytime?
April 20th at 3 o'clock.
That's perfect, Your Honor.
How many witnesses?
2, Your Honor.
Right. And you're gonna need to get the writ over as soon as possible.
Will do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have Mr. Brown's client. Eric. Washington, Marcus. Yeah, Marcus Washington.
Oh, yeah, bring him in.
No, they are.
Oh. Ready on Marcus Washington?
Well,
Calling case number 2060508, the people of the state of Michigan versus Marcus Washington. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
good morning, Joe Clermont.
And good morning, Brian Brown, P-A-0560, on behalf of Mr. Marcus Washington. Today is the date and time set for a preliminary examination. I discussed with my client, right to a preliminary examination. And at this time, we wish to waive, his right to an examination. Is that if the complaining witness is here?
Just a moment. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Already gone.
I think.
Mr. Washington, you understand that you have a statutory right to preliminary exam where the state must show by the probable cause the crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that, sir? Has anybody promised you anything or threatened you in any way that you should waive your right to preliminary exam? You're waiving your right freely and voluntarily after having the opportunity to talk to your attorney about it. You signed the waiver of examination form, sir?
Yes.
The people have no objections, is that correct?
Waiver, thank you.
And so to find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam, letter bound over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which would be April 12th at 9:00 p.m. And bond continues.
You're outside for your turn.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah. Okay, all right, thanks a lot.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks.
Is that Steve? There? Steve Parrott? Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen him hide their head. Who's on Jamie Cole? Is it 245?
Over.
Miss Darius, is it Marshall? Miss Darius. Miss Darius. Gotta be Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall.
No, I mean, it's gotta be the only one I know.
Yeah, Marshall Golden.
Okay. He checked in early, huh? What do you think? Thanks, Marshall. How you doing? It's been a while. How you been, all right? Oh, yeah. I'm retired. You're retired. You been what? Retired. Repaired. Yeah. Yeah, repaired? Yeah. All right. Put your playing basketball, not baseball.
Marcus?
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
I have an in-person exam that was scheduled for 11:15 for Fitzgerald Narma. He contacted me yesterday and I spoke to him again this morning. He is exhibiting COVID symptoms. And so I wanted to check in with the court to see if we could just get this matter rescheduled so we don't have any potential exposure issues.
You've been to the doctor, I'm gonna need some documentation.
Okay. I'll advise him of that, Judge.
Well, you can, I don't have a problem adjourning it, but when he comes back, he's gonna have to bring some documentation.
Okay.
All right?
Hey.
I just said.
Yeah. All right. Yes, Judge.
Fitzgerald Narma.
Calling case number 2062787, the people of the state of Michigan versus Narma Fitzgerald. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Stephanie Farkas, P74227, appearing on behalf of Mr. Narma. Your Honor, I have been in communication with Mr. Narma. I'm asking the court to waive his appearance for purposes of requesting an adjournment.
Yeah, waive his appearance for purpose of this hearing.
Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Narma. He indicates that he is exhibiting some COVID-like symptoms. And so given that information, Judge, I'm asking for the court to adjourn the matter so there are no potential COVID exposure issues.
Wish to be heard?
Judge, I guess at this point in time, I know the court indicated probably on the record that some sort of documentation. Thank you.
Ms. Parker, I'm gonna need some kind of documentation when we come back.
Okay, Judge.
Will we schedule this for July 19th and 9:15?
You said July 19th, Judge?
Yes, 9:15.
That works, Judge. And I will advise my client regarding the documentation, Judge.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
Judge, what kind of documentation would he get? If he's just experiencing symptoms, he doesn't have it.
Might not have it. Well, we should go get tested. Get tested and go to the doctor.
Yeah, if you get tested and it's negative, it's something that he's not trying to make sure.
Oh, there's, did you get in touch with your client?
I have not been able to.
All right, let's call it. We can take it.
Calling case number 2155454. The people of the state of Michigan versus Deja Hill. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Prosecutor White, one of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. NDS Detroit by Corey Schneider, 82476 from the Hill.
Well, Deja Hill failed to appear. Savior shall enter any bond previously submitted shall be forfeited. The bond status 30,000 cash.
Understood, Your Honor. And should I reestablish contact with Miss Hill? How would you like me to go about trying to clear the warrant?
Bring her in, depending on how long it is. If it's relatively soon, just bring her back on Zoom.
Okay.
Otherwise, just walk her in.
Is that our standards?
For the police officer. Oh, no, it's on the other side. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's.
Huh?
By the way.
Oh.
Get any work done? Get any work done? Did you get any work done?
You want me to work? Did I get work done?
Yeah, okay. You finish it?
Huh?
Finish it?
No. And on the, one more, back play. Run out, I'm gonna run. Last one. Well, yes, well, thanks a lot.
There's special on position?
Huh?
You gotta get special type or you go with you?
Same thing I got, that's what it look like.
So it's gonna take a while for them.
Either, well, we got two stores, I'm gonna go to other stores that we got there.
So you miscalculated your counts.
Huh?
You miscalculated.
Yeah, I thought I got too much. A lot of cutting. Down a bit. That's right.
You planted error. Planted it. If I asked me who I was talking to, I said, yeah. You said he's still playing. Somebody asked me.
Who?
I was talking to someone, I can't remember who it was, but I said, oh. They asked me about it. I said, no, but Giles is too. Anyway, I said, yeah. Thursday, the younger on Thursday, right? Mr. Thursday is the younger.
Yeah, it was the younger group, yeah. Well, they were running. They were running.
That's right.
Yeah.
Planning County.
When did you start putting that in? When did you start putting that in?
When I start putting,
Write that in the comments.
what, right
You've
here?
been doing that for a while?
Yeah,
Some people don't pay attention.
apparently some of them don't. Apparently.
I just realized you did. I said, wow, it happened.
All right.
Put in there.
Nope, I can't figure out how to do it. Won't nobody tell me.
Really?
Yep.
Let me see next door, please.
Kim, do you know how to put in a request for water?
Yeah, okay. In here?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do it?
You just go to the procurement, like service, request, but it's new. I think it's new. I think by today I'm getting a new chair over here, hopefully.
Oh, my girl.
Right, that's what I can't figure out.
Yeah.
It's new,
You got it there?
but I don't know where to go.
All right, well, that's okay. I just did it this morning and it looked all new. So go to that home page.
So I'm going to the hub.
Try go to,
Right here?
go to, try probation.
Probation.
Procure. So go to service, self-service request. Service request. It's different. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
put your username in there. So mine was K Hurley, and then your password, which is the same one I used on my computer.
So it should be my,
OS in your life.
and it should be the same one.
That's what I used and it worked. He never really tell us anything. We just make these changes and then 5,000 people call him things.
Oh, cool.
So then I go to procurement requests. Right now.
Oh, right here.
And then you just kind of follow the prompts. Yeah, hit that. Yeah, hit that. And then you just, that's it. So just follow the prompts. If you leave something out, it'll tell you.
Wow, thank you.
Yep.
I've been trying to,
So you're gonna do that one.
we haven't had water for a whole week.
Oh, no, really? I would have just called.
I tried calling, they wouldn't take it without me putting in a request.
Case you guys.
Harry, how you feeling?
I got my work.
So how you feeling? How's your leg? Huh?
Like a noodle.
It's a noodle. What's today's date? It moves by itself?
No.
Oh.
It moves with range of motion, but I need to shove it in.
It what? I'm sorry, I'm trying to put in this order. It's 10.
I say it moves, with range of motion, it's good, but I have to strengthen it.
So you still going to therapy or, you know, how often therapy?
3 times a week.
3?
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, yeah. You heard about it when you were off? All right, so then I press submit. I don't understand what's all this new stuff for. Like, they always just doing stuff. So is that the only thing this is for, is procurement?
Well, I'm not really sure. I didn't get any instructions, so. It's about as much as you do.
Oh, it's for building security, building management, tickets, IT, help desk.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, fine.
Tickets, stuff.
What'd you say?
Oh.
Kitty, you gotta say
Huh? I didn't say nothing.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Done with that. This- Uh,
10:30 degrees, cold, but except for it's spring.
Sober.
It's outside.
Let me see if I can follow him.
It's first thing you saw. It's been gone. He's a prosecutor, but it might be another prosecutor. Asia. Okay. That's King's. Huh? It was King's. Yeah. Which one were you on? We just started. Oh, Bill, okay, yeah. We just did that. Oh. I mean, that was a. They said they're under waive, they're not waived, but.
My client doesn't.
Jury wanted to show up, 2 seconds. We waited, waited until the people called. Give time. What are they doing? Oh, they are? Oh. Oh, okay, so the it's not coming in. Right. Yeah, she could do that. She didn't get on the camera.
Yes, sir.
She didn't zoom in.
I didn't think it, but.
So, yeah. Oh, okay. I was trying. No, it was set for what night? All right, Mr. Goldberg is here. We're ready to.
All right.
I believe.
Stay safe, I hope. What's that? Stay safe.
Say, young man.
Fully vaccinated?
Yeah, finally. Well, he's gonna move. You stay right here. Let's see. Oh, thanks. All right.
Ready on Jamie Cole?
Stay right here. You stay right here. That's all. Just stay. Here's the protocol.
Calling case number 2155058, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamie Cole. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. Count 2, weapons, firearms, possession of a loaded firearm in or upon a vehicle. Count 3, count 4, weapons found in firearm. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Prosecutor Michael Cecil.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marshal Goldberg, key number 35788, on behalf of Mr. Cole, who is over my left shoulder.
Want to state your name for the record, please? John B. Cole. Thank you, sir. Ready to speak? Well, ready to go.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I'm not sure about the protocols. Does my client remain where he is?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready? You swear or affirm that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, will the board charge it, please? You have a seat right there. Thank you. 46. Your name for the record, please.
Officer Ryan Walden,
You're an officer, where, sir?
Detroit Police Department, 7th Precinct.
Okay. Let's take you back to the, January 1st, 2021. Sorry, January the 3rd, 2021. What's this here showing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, is that the city of Detroit County way?
Yes.
All right, and when you were there, how were you dressed, sir?
In a Class C uniform,
Which is what?
special ops uniform, green pants and a black top.
Okay, you arrived at that area how?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
Sure. How did you get to that area?
In a patrol car,
Mark, unmarked, otherwise?
semi-marked.
Okay. And were you with anybody else?
Yes.
Who were you with?
Officer Stokes and Officer Reeves.
Okay. And were you driving the vehicle or somebody else?
Somebody else was.
Who was driving, you know?
Officer Stokes.
All right. So at this date, time, and location, did something happen that brings you to the court today?
Yes,
All right, you tell the board essentially what you did here at this time. You were in the scout car?
yes.
All right, so what happened then?
My partners and I conducted a traffic stop
Okay, based on what?
off of defective equipment on a motor vehicle.
Okay.
Did you see this?
Pardon me? Did you see that?
Yes,
Can you tell us what was the defective equipment, sir?
defective license plate lamps and a defective passenger side mirror.
Okay. And, so a traffic stop was commenced based on that?
Yes,
All right. And what happened on the traffic stop?
as we're approaching the car, I observed,
The car stopped after you put your lights and siren on?
yes,
All right. What happened now?
I exited the car with my two partners.
Okay. You went to where? What part of the car?
The front passenger door.
Okay. How many people are in that vehicle at the time?
One.
Okay. All right, so you go to the front passenger door, and what happened now?
I observed a rifle
Where?
in the back seat directly behind the driver's seat.
Okay. Where in the vehicle was it, or how was it positioned in the vehicle?
It was positioned upright in the back seat, standing up directly behind the driver's seat.
Okay. And when you see this, what happens?
I told Officer Stokes, who was on the driver's side of the vehicle.
Okay. What happens now? What did you do?
After I told Officer Stokes, I walked around the front of the car.
And what happened?
And Officer Stokes was attempting to detain the driver.
You stood in front of the driver's car?
Yes,
I'm sorry, the car you stopped?
yes,
Okay. The person who inside that car at the time, in the courtroom here today,
yes.
can you tell us where that person is in the courtroom today, what that person's wearing today?
And I can't tell if it was the first or second row, wearing a black shirt, and a blue surgical mask.
For the record, identify Mr. Jamie.
Cole.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Cole was driving that vehicle?
Yes,
All right. Okay. What happens now at this time? When you see your other officer approaching Mr. Cole?
he's attempting to detain Mr. Cole.
Okay. You know what happened to the weapon?
Yes,
What was that, sir?
Sergeant Griswold was on scene and he recovered the weapon.
Okay, did you see him do that?
I don't remember.
Okay, all right, very good. The officer that approached that vehicle where the driver was, what's his name? I'm sorry.
Officer Stokes.
All right, thank you. Nothing further at this time.
Officer Weldon, you and your partners were in a marked scout car, full uniform, right?
Semi-marked Class C uniform.
So it didn't have, did it have flashing lights on the top, or were they in the grill, or where were they?
They're on the top of the windshield with not actual light bar overhead of the vehicle.
Okay. And you are not the driver, that would have been Stokes?
Correct.
Are you in the front passenger seat?
No.
You're in the rear?
Yes.
Fair to say the first time that you made an observation of this vehicle, it was turning from a side street, turning left, and then facing in your direction, correct?
Yes.
And while it's facing in your direction, fair to say, you could not make any observation of the rear license plate light.
Correct.
And you could not make any observations of the passenger side mirror, correct?
Correct.
You pulled a U-turn, or the car you were in pulled a U-turn?
Yes.
And in part, what might have caught your attention was it seemed the car that you were looking at took that turn a little fast, right?
Did you repeat the question?
The car that took that turn, that left-hand turn to get on the street you were on, it took that turn kind of fast, didn't it?
Yes.
Okay. The car that you turned around and started following, that you say that Mr. Cole was in, it turned directly into a gas station on its right, correct?
Yes.
Fair to say that was the point when you made any observation of the license plate light, correct?
I don't remember exactly when we were behind the wheel, but I observed the observation.
And it wasn't until later that observations were made of the right side mirror, correct?
I don't remember exactly when I observed the side mirror.
You think it was after you exited the vehicle?
I don't remember.
Was Mr. Cole issued any tickets for defective equipment? You're not.
Yes.
The gun is in the driver's side rear seat, correct?
Yes.
And it's in some way sort of upright or propped up, right?
Yes.
Was the barrel up or the stock up? If you know.
The barrel was up.
Okay. Mr. Cole did not attempt to flee, did he?
He did not.
And you're right over Officer Stokes' shoulder, correct?
No.
You moved yourself in front of the car? Is that more accurate?
I walked on the passenger side and the driver's side.
Oh, okay. You started out on the passenger side.
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Cole was told to exit the vehicle, right?
Yes.
And he asked why on a couple of occasions, correct?
I believe so.
Then he was pulled from the vehicle, right?
I wasn't directly on the driver's side, so I can't tell you.
He didn't strike any officers, to your knowledge, right?
To my knowledge, no.
He didn't direct any profanity to any officers before he was exiting the vehicle, correct?
I don't know.
He didn't struggle against being handcuffed, did he?
I don't know.
Now, he never reached for that weapon at any point, did he?
No.
In fact, based on your training, one of the key things you're trained on is being observant, where the person's hands are when you stop somebody, correct?
Yes.
And that's based on you want to remain safe, right?
Yes.
Did he produce paperwork on the vehicle? Or, you know?
I don't know.
Was any other contraband of any sort found in that vehicle?
I don't remember.
Were any additional bullets that may not have been inside that weapon found outside that weapon in the vehicle?
I don't know.
Nothing else.
Sir, can you clarify on the court when you or if you saw the license plate of this vehicle?
Yes, when my partner did a U-turn on the vehicle.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
And when his partner did a U-turn on the vehicle.
so upon doing that U-turn, your scout car did the U-turn, and then you're behind the defendant's vehicle. Is that what you're telling for?
Yes,
Okay. Did you notice then the plate at that time?
yes,
All right. And, as you testified that there was a light out with the plate?
yes.
Now, and I don't know if Mr. I think Mr. Goldberg, indicated to you or not, at one point in time, did you see that there was another crash with a mirror?
Yes,
When was that, sir?
I remember.
Okay, very good. Do you recall hearing any plans given to the defense, to the defendant?
Yes,
Okay, when were those commands given?
when I was standing on the passenger side of the vehicle.
By whom were they given?
Officer Stokes,
Okay, and directed towards whom?
the driver.
Were you able to see the driver's reaction to the commands?
Yes,
What were they?
he made several gestures towards the glove box and remained seated in the vehicle.
Okay. Did the defendant indicate anything as to why he was making gestures towards the glove box?
No,
In doing that, was there any reaction by yourself or the reaction that you saw by Officer Stokes?
Could you repeat the question?
By the defendant making gestures towards the glove compartment, did you react in any way to that?
Yes,
How? What did you do?
I walked around the car.
You did what?
I walked around the front of the car to the driver's side
Okay. You did that why? Why'd you walk around that part of the car?
because Officer Stokes was attempting to remove the driver from the vehicle.
Okay. As the defendant was reaching for, making gestures as indicated towards the glove compartment, did you see Officer Stokes react there?
I don't remember.
Okay. You don't remember if he reacted in any way at all, verbally or otherwise?
That's an answer.
Well, not verbally.
Repeat.
Who's Officer Stokes or the defendant?
The officer, Officer Stokes.
It's verbal, it's hearsay, anything coming in.
Well, it's not what he said, Judge, it's whether he said something or anything or not.
Well, I mean, that's kind of overly vague. I mean, this whole thing is overly vague. You know, you give certain commands to the person while they're in the car and he reaches for the glove box, you know, the court would automatically infer that he's reaching for his information that he was asked for.
Well, I don't know if that's even presented in evidence.
illegal.
Judge, I don't know if this is presented in evidence if he was asked to present any paperwork at all. So why was he?
Well, you don't know, that's the whole point.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
He doesn't know. He already said he doesn't know. He already said he doesn't know. You didn't hear it.
But he doesn't know what the officer, if the officer reacted in any way other than what he described.
And he doesn't know that either.
I didn't get the answer from him. He said.
You asked him twice. You asked him the same question.
Hold on, Judge. I have nothing for you. Thank you.
You and your partners were in body cams, correct?
Correct.
And there was a dash cam also, correct?
Correct.
You had a chance to review that since the incident?
I have not.
Do you recall the only comment about the license light being out was after the vehicle was already at the gas station and stopped?
No.
Would you agree that the front driver and passenger of your vehicle would have a better view of that vehicle and the plate than you?
Yes.
Nothing else.
Nothing further.
Right, thank you.
I would call him Michael Stokes. Morning, sir, your name for the record, please.
Officer Michael, Michael Stokes, Stokes.
Sir, where are you employed?
Detroit Police Department, 7th Precinct.
Okay. I'm gonna take you back to the date of January the 3rd, 2021. About 1 o'clock in the morning or so, location of East Burner, Mount Elliott. We are under the police officer at that daytime location?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is that location in the city of Detroit County Wayne?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, you were at that area for what reason, sir?
I was in that area helping another female in our red V6. She got her hand stuck underneath the seat of a car, so we were trying to get her hand from underneath.
Okay. And how were you dressed at that time, sir?
I was in my full stop operations uniform.
All right. Can you describe to the court what that is, please?
Screen pants, black boots, black outer carrier with my name stated on it.
Okay. Anything indicating you're an officer?
Yes, I was also in a Parks and Mark Scout vehicle. Says Detroit Police on the side where it's blanket lettering.
Okay. You need a scout car?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mark the plane.
It's gonna be partially marked.
Okay. Who was driving that vehicle at this time?
I was.
All right. Now, did something happen that brings you here to court today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell us what happened that night?
After helping the female at the gas station, I was heading north on Mount Elliott when I observed a black Chevy Impala traveling west on Charlevoix.
Okay.
Immediately made a sporadic turn coming south onto Mount Elliott, almost hitting the curb.
Okay.
I got behind the Chevy Impala. I was unable to.
Did you have to do a U-turn to do that, or?
Yes, sir.
Same direction?
I had to do a U-turn. I'll go south on Mount Elliott.
Okay. So now you're behind this Impala?
Yes, sir.
All right, what happened?
There was no license plate lamp on the vehicle, so I was unable to read the license plate.
Okay. Is that something that's ticketable in the city of Detroit County, Wayne?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what happened then?
I followed the Chevy Impala into the gas station. I activated my overhead lights to conduct the traffic stop.
Okay. So you're in the gas station parking lot now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what happened?
So I started approaching the vehicle. I was advised to make sure that the passenger side mirror was broken.
Okay. So you approached the vehicle, on what side of the vehicle you approaching?
I was approaching the driver's side.
Okay, go ahead, sir. So what happened?
As I was walking up to the driver's side, I tried looking in the back seat as I normally do to make sure there's no weapons or anything. I was unable to see clearly through the window due to a little bit of fog in there.
Okay. So what happened now?
Then, as I was at the driver door, my partner, Officer Walden, notified me that there was a rifle.
It's being used as
You say he gave you some information, and what did you do based on the information you received?
I asked him to immediately step out of the vehicle. The offender, Jamie Cole.
Okay, is that person here in court today?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us where that person is?
He's sitting in the back of the back.
Let's see where it is.
Blanchard.
Okay, so Mr. Cole was the driver of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else in the car?
No, sir.
All right. So you approached Mr. Cole?
Yes, sir.
What do you tell him to do?
I asked him to step out of the car multiple times
Why?
due to the fact that there was a rifle in the backseat.
Did you see that?
Yes, sir. Once I was notified, I walked to the rear of the driver, shot my flashlight in there and looked hard, and I saw the barrel of the rifle pointing to the seat.
Okay. And this was, in what position in the vehicle?
This was behind the driver's side.
Okay. All right, so now, when you see this, after eliminating it, you go back to the driver,
Yes, sir.
and what happens then?
I opened up the driver door and I asked him to step out of the car.
And you did, I'm sorry, you did what?
I asked him to step out of the vehicle.
Okay, all right.
And he kind of smirked at me and still wasn't stepping out.
Did he say anything at all?
He stated that there was no gun in the car.
At that time?
Yes, sir. When I said that there was a weapon in the vehicle and he needed to get out of the car, he.
You indicated that to him?
Yes.
All right, what happens then?
Once I said that, I asked him again to step out of the vehicle. He started reaching towards the glove box, and that's when I placed both my hands on his chest to pull him out of the vehicle.
Okay, so why did you do that when he's reaching toward the glove compartment?
I wasn't notified of the first gun in the car by him, and I wasn't sure if there was anything else inside the vehicle that I didn't know. So it was for my safety and other safety.
Okay. So, coming to that conclusion in your mind, what happened?
As I was trying to get him to exit the vehicle, he kind of braced his leg on the, it's kind of hard to explain, like the door jamb where the door meets the floorboard of the car.
Okay.
And he was kind of leaned away from me.
Did you give him any commands verbally at all?
I kept telling him to step out of the vehicle.
Okay. And that, what was his reaction to those requests?
He was still pulling away.
Okay. So what happened?
Then he started to comply. We got him out of the vehicle. My other partner, Officer Reeves, assisted me with handcuffing him.
Okay. And where did you walk him anywhere?
We walked him back to the scout car.
Okay. All right. Were you injured in any way?
No, sir.
What happens now?
After that, my supervisor, Sergeant Griswag, went inside the vehicle, recovered the rifle.
Did you see him do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you recovered the gun?
Yes, sir.
All right, what happens now that you saw?
Then he took the rifle out of the vehicle, made it safe, he pulled the magazine out, and then he also took one that was chambered out of the weapon.
Okay. We saw him do all this too?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know whether or not the weapon was placed on evidence?
It was placed on evidence.
Okay. Just a moment, I'm sorry. I don't know if I made the record of this or not. I'm gonna go back a little bit if I may. You did the U-turn around. And did you get a look at this gentleman's license plate?
As could we go into more detail?
Were you able to see it?
When I did the U-turn on the vehicle,
Yes.
I wasn't able to read the plate right away.
Okay. Okay, Thank you.
Officer, the person on in the front passenger side, would that be your sergeant?
No, sir.
Who was in the front passenger side of your vehicle?
That would be Officer Reeves.
Okay. You say the first time you took notice of this vehicle was turning, was it from Charlevoix on to Mount Alley, correct?
Yes, sir, drive himself.
So he's going Charlevoix west, then goes south, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're saying that his car almost hit a curve. Are you talking about the right curve?
Yes, that would be the west side of the street on Elliott.
Have you had the opportunity to look at the dash cam since this incident?
Yes, sir.
You would agree the car seemed to be going at a fairly quick pace, but it didn't even come close to hitting a curve, did it?
I believe it did.
Is there a curve on Mount Elliott at that corner?
Yes, sir.
Not just the shoulder, it's a curve.
Yes, sir.
When that car makes its turn, fair to say at that point, you can't see past the side mirror, right? That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
And you couldn't see the license plate, correct?
Yes, sir.
Fair to say that the first time there was any comment between you and your partners about a license plate wasn't until after the vehicle was already in the gas station when you pulled up behind it, correct?
No, sir. That was before we pulled in.
Yes, sir.
Officer Reeves didn't make comment on something along the line,
then.
the lamp's up.
You're saying, counsel?
Yes.
You understand what also reads?
It's on your back, it should be on there.
So you said you noticed it all along, right?
Yes, sir.
When you approached the vehicle, you didn't take notice of the weapon right away, did you?
No, sir.
You're the one that, you see, issued the commands to the driver of the vehicle, Mr. Cole, correct?
Yes, sir.
Fair to say, when you told him to get out of the vehicle, his first response was why, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then you issued a second response to get out of the vehicle, correct?
Yes, sir.
And his response was why, correct?
Yes, sir.
Fair to say that at that point, he's not saying he's not getting out of the vehicle, he just asked why, correct?
Yes, sir.
At some point, you tell them there's a gun in the vehicle, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he says something about no, there isn't, or I don't know, or something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
At that point, you put your hands on him, correct?
After he started reaching for the glove box, yes, sir.
He was still wearing a seatbelt, wasn't he?
I don't recall.
You recall struggling to get him out of the car because he was still wearing a seatbelt.
I don't recall the seatbelt.
There are no other weapons in that car, correct?
No, sir.
There was no other ammunition in that car, right?
I don't recall.
Mr. Cole never struck any officer, correct?
No, sir.
He didn't fight being handcuffed, did he?
Not until he was out of the vehicle.
You're saying he was fighting to be handcuffed?
No, I'm saying he stopped resisting when he was out of the vehicle.
When you say he was resisting, he wanted to know answers to why he was being ordered out, correct?
Yes, sir.
He didn't attempt to flee?
No, sir.
To your knowledge, Mr. Cole had a valid license, registration, proof of insurance on that vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
what point did you confirm that he had a valid registration of a driver's license?
After Officer Reeves, ran Mr. Cole's name through Talon, I was advised through Officer Reeves.
Okay, was this after the defendant was in the scout car, or was it when he was in his car, or at what point in time of this incident?
It would have been after, Mr. Cole's out of his vehicle.
Okay. Can you recall whether or not it was stopped? Was he asked for it was stopped initially?
No, he was not. Can I explain?
No,
He was
answer
not?
the question.
No.
Okay. Well, why was that he was not? Is that something you usually do?
Yes, it's something I usually do.
I don't care what we usually do,
All right.
doesn't matter.
Okay. So why wasn't it asked for the gentleman that you initially approached?
When I initially approached the driver's side,
What, no, that's the question. The question is, why didn't you ask this time?
I was immediately notified that there was a weapon in the vehicle.
Okay. At any point in time, the encounter of this gentleman, did you explain to him why you were trying to get him out of the car?
Yes, sir.
And what was that explanation?
Because there was a weapon inside the vehicle.
Okay. After hearing that, what was his reaction?
He kind of just had a smirk on his face and said there isn't a weapon in here.
Okay. Is this happened before you attempted to get him out? Or during the act?
Sure.
Thank you.
Was an inventory done in this term?
Yes, sir.
Paperwork regarding the car in the glove box. If yeah.
I was not the person I inventoried.
And just so I'm clear, his first responses were just inquiring as to why he was ordered out. It wasn't until him being informed about an observation of a weapon that force was used to remove him.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I have nothing.
Thank you.
Yes. We don't know for the witnesses, Judge.
Not for this.
Judge, at this time, people make a motion to bind over count 1, 2, and 4. I'm sorry, 1, 2, and 3, not 4. The way it's charged, it's a high misdemeanor. So that needs to go, that needs to be dismissed. We don't have any legal basis for that. We would make those, the 3, prior, count 1, 2, and 3, motion, based upon what we heard here today. I understand that, the officers testified that they didn't see a plate not illuminated, that apparently there was a citation given for that. Later on, they found, after the stop, there was a buffer mirror on the passenger side. Probably a door mirror, as it came out. There were citations issued, I think, for at least the burnt out light on the license plate. Officers testified that this is the officer Stokes, that he wasn't notified. And then later saw a weapon in that vehicle behind the driver's seat, pointing officer that he was pointing up, stopping lower and barreling up. And at that period of time, it alerted Officer Stokes to try to get this gentleman out of the car. There was some resistance on his side, on the defendant's side. He placed the defendant toward him. The officer indicated why he was doing that to him. Before that, though, I think the officer timing the judge, I'm trying to get the time down there, is that we have gentlemen reach the glove compartment, and also because the officer indicated it's all weapon, indicated safety, that didn't want the gentleman to go toward the glove compartment with fear of possibly another weapon. Hence, that's when he commenced on trying to get the gentleman to remove from the car. He was not following commands at that time. Later on, after he got him out of the car, the gentleman was cooperative and walked him back to the vehicle. That being held by the judge. The gun was then removed from the vehicle. It was apparently it had one in the I don't recall what part of the gun he called it chamber or what have you. But there was one bullet in that weapon. And it was placed on that. So we would indicate count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Your Honor, first of all, I appreciate that somebody with Mr. Moody's experience would know that that one count that's being dismissed should be dismissed. I think other people might not have known that. And that's one of the primary reasons that this was being challenged. Beyond that, it seems pretty clear that as the car takes the turn, nobody was in a position to see the side view mirror or the license lamp. A lot of cases come through this court and other courts. Sometimes there are pretty good reasons to make a stop. Other times they're kind of lame. I argue this one is one of the lame ones. Much like the dangling air freshener from the rear view mirror. First officer doesn't really know if and when somebody commented about the lamp over the license plate. But my argument is essentially that there's a questionable detention here from its earliest inception because of the observations of the officers, the positions of their respective cars. As far as the resisting and obstructing, that's what the felony firearm is attached. It's not what we see very often where, often you might see a felon in possession felony firearm. This is attached to the resisting and obstructing. And the officer, the last officer that testified, acknowledged that on multiple occasions when Mr. Cole was told to exit the vehicle, his response was no, or hell no, or profanity, or anything like that. It was why, which is not a refusal. At the very end of it, when the officer comments about there's a weapon in the car, after the preceding one, get an answer of why might not be answered. Then force is used on him. The officer doesn't remember if he had a seatbelt on him, but Mr. Cole never balled up his fists, never struck anybody, never used profanity, never tried to flee, didn't fight being handcuffed when the handcuffs were administered to him. Your Honor, my argument is that as resisting and obstructing goes, this is a de minimis case that should not be gone over to the next stage. And as such, the felony firearm should not attach. The only remaining count should be the high court.
There's just a brief response to indicate that the testimony indicates even if the court or defense counsel places a kind of a de minimis type of charge, if the testimony is there that some resistance did occur, I think that the testimony indicated that the defendant did, he man placed his foot on the door jam. And refused to not return. After he was notified that there was a weapon, where the defendant indicated that there was not a weapon. So we would indicate that, based upon what we get, that it would be that probable cause standard of the count one, which would attach to the count three, two, and four, along with that.
Court, having heard the testimony, heard the charges as follows. We first heard from Officer Ryan Walton. You couldn't tell us a whole lot, but January 3rd, 2021, at approximately 1:16 a.m. that he's wearing my affiliate with a special ops uniform in my vehicle. He's a backseat passenger. He was present during a traffic stop. Did not make out the observation of the rear audit plate prior to the stop. Upon approaching the vehicle, he observed in the back seat a rifle sitting up in the driver's compartment of the stove. Folks testified on the same day, same time, same location. Also a special ops uniform. That was wearing a black shirt and make a turn. He said he was almost in the curve. He got behind the Chevy. You couldn't see the plate when he went out. He followed the gas station, activated his light. He also saw the passenger mirror broken. That he received, he approached the defendant. On approaching the defendant, he received information from his partner, based on that partner asked him to step out. Then they kept questioning why. He asked him multiple times. And at which point he then reached in to grab him. He doesn't remember if he had a seatbelt on, he just placed his foot against the door jam. And then got out and now this. The rest was handcuffed.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, I am really struggling with this assaulting resisting instruction. I think the women had a right to say, why are you doing that? And not immediately respond. It's not that just because you come in contact with a police officer, if they say jump, your next question is not how high. And then, because under certain circumstances, you do have the right to resist an unlawful arrest. So he had the right to know, what was going on and why he was being removed from his vehicle. I mean, this was a traffic stop. You give him a ticket, you don't go about his business. Because they found a gun in the car, you responded. The actions from the defendant, I think, were minuscule. And at this point, does not rise to the level of probable cause of assaulting, resisting, obstructing a police officer. So that and the adjoining felony firearm is going to go away. Court's going to transfer this case to misdemeanor docket on the high misdemeanor. Well, no, that's still go across the street.
It's up to
And it was 2 years. It was 2 years, yeah. I'm gonna bind it over on the count 2. Finding that in fact occurred in the city of Detroit, probable cause of this charge of offender. Will be filed over to Wayne County Circuit, Wayne County Circuit Court for arraignment on the information, which will be April 12th. Need a dismissal.
Judge, what was the first witness's name?
The first witness was Ryan Walden. And the second witness was Michael.
Mr. Mark. I don't see that at all.
Found over on
Count two.
Yeah.
And then count four.
Oh, the rest of my. 3 and 4 was throwing firearms and 1 was.
No attorney. Oh.
We have, this one here.
No, Judge.
Yes. Calling case number 2060510, the people of the state of Michigan versus Shakawat Islam. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, this is Trustee Larry, the people.
Good morning, Judge. Ron Marsh on behalf of the defendant. My AP number is 26471. Judge, my client's not here. I have no excuse for his absence.
All right, if you show that, any bond for the submitted stuff before, the bond set 30,000.
And Judge, would you allow me to withdraw from the case?
Right. I mean, if he shows up, you'll still be on it.
I'm sorry, Judge, what?
If we pick him up, or he shows up, we would contact you.
Okay, good enough, good enough.
I mean, if the issue of no contact, I'm assuming that's what it is, then once we get his body, then we'll be able to talk to him and be able to work out.
And the bond is set at $30,000 cash assurance?
Yeah.
Thanks, Judge, good to see you.
Okay, good to see you.
By the way, all the police were here, Blair.
They were?
Yeah, they're here still.
Mr. Schneider, Judge,
Yeah.
wants to address you about bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're arraigning him now. He's in arraignment.
What do you mean, Mr. Snyder?
Oh, good morning, Your Honor. My client, Devin Jones, failed to appear at a preliminary examination before you on February 19th. He's on the arraignment docket this morning, and the judge indicated to me that they would need your authorization before making any changes to his bond. So I'm trying to see how I can go about getting that authorization.
Well, I assume he got picked up. He didn't turn himself in. It's been since February 19th. I wouldn't give that authorization.
Bond is what it is.
Understood.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
What about, we got, is Giles here?
She was here, I went out there, she's not there.
Is the client here?
He never checked in. I just went out there to see if she was there, I didn't see her.
What'd you say? Cheryl Marlin, that's the one you turned over.
Yeah. 11:15, yeah. And George Williams was a waiver.
George Williams? Oh, yeah.
So it's just the Ronald King, and then the next one is 12.
I don't know what happened to Diallo.
The Ronald King, you saying?
No, but Diallo had showed up. I saw her. And I got her.
Well, you want to check, see if she's on the hallway?
I went out.
Client?
I went out there.
You call for a client?
I you see his name, see him out there, I saw all cops. I'll go look again.
Okay.
To me, I saw all police.
Yeah, because I'm about to just take it, though. I don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I figured. What's that, his client's name again?
King.
Darren King.
Street. Sir, he did not answer up to his next three.
Okay. Okay.
I think she knew that she was.
Oh, I gotta get a copy of that. Yeah, I'm not.
We get a minute real quick. Yes, I don't know, but it's held over.
What?
Cole, Jimmy, we held it over in no framework.
Oh, that's right, that was about held over. Yeah, a second. I gotta go get
You get ready, excuse me.
You got the game?
Yeah, no, that's not no case.
Get ready to
Come on,
take
we're
it.
calling. We're calling the case real quick.
Calling case number 2060498, the people of the state of Michigan versus Ronald King. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer fleeing third-degree vehicle code, habitual offender, fourth notice. This matter is scheduled for examination. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, Your Honor. All right, Ron King. King is failed to appear. The case is shall enter any bond previously submitted to be forfeited. Any bond set, third King.
Yes, sir. Next case at 12 o'clock.
Williams, can we help you, please?
With the officer up here, okay. Thank you.
Is your client here, Miss Hill? Is your client here? I don't know, I was out in the hall, then I had to go down to one. She's doing the right. Yeah, I was in the hall. They didn't tell you that. They put my name in. I was here on time. Yeah, they say you were.
I was here on time, before time, Judge. I was in that hall. And then I had to
Yeah, I
go
told
down.
him you're here.
Thank you, okay.
And your client didn't show up.
No problem. No, he don't want to play. Look, we don't play that. No. No, I don't. I got this is. That's what I thought. I said,
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
yeah, because the Jerron King, I represented, had a CCW. Is that it? What is that? Don't let that be none of my
That's a
people.
good way.
I believe third.
Huh?
Casey speak.
Natalia Williams.
Ms. Williams, what can I do to help you? Take your bonnet off.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what was going on because my attorney, he never got back with me about my court day or nothing. Like when my last court day, when I talked, he just told me, they told me just get off, and they was just talking, him and the judge.
I have no idea. You got a case number?
No.
All right, go on 36th District Court website, look up your name. It helps if you have your case number, and it'll tell you exactly what the status of your case is.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay, so I guess.
I remember her.
And I also have a problem with our, we got a hearing on Wednesday or something. So I have a IS that I must go to. They were shooting at my client over the weekend, so they want to make sure, they want to make sure she lives. Or if not, they have her statement memorialized. You ain't never seen the stuff that we're seeing right now. This is just, and the police, they stationed the police there, right? Because it's a homicide witness, right? They zoomed away when they saw the police and stopped and started shooting down the street. Welcome to my world.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah, I mean, it's outrageous. Yeah, I don't know who it was. And then Judge too, did I tell you I've come full circle on your dress code? Listen, I used to say, dang, he's being real rigid. That's the way it should be. I'm out in all these different courts, right? And see, if we don't demand it of them, nobody else is.
Right.
So if you demand it of certain people, you better demand it of everybody.
Right.
So that these young kids understand. So I've come full circle. You're welcome.
Take your time, take a deep breath.
But he's not getting soft on it.
No, he's not getting soft.
That's what I think.
No, he shouldn't know. See, they call him right now. They are. See, I think what happened with this homicide is their sister. She's dead. She beat up Lou. She was one of them rough ones, right? She knew how to fight. So she went to the house and beat the dude up. Yes, she did. Okay.
You had a 12 o'clock case?
She left. She decided she wanted to come back. She comes back and she runs the car into a house or a tree or something. I didn't stop her. She gets up,
You sat there and she said.
walks over there. She had a real
Mrs.
bullet in
Robinson.
her hand, but we know this. They laid her to rest. And her family weren't there. You see? Welcome to my world.
That's not a good world.
Yeah, but I was in touch with Karen Goldfarb on this. That case is up Wednesday? No, yeah, that's the one that they want to IS her on Wednesday at 3.
The yellow vision.
Child. Oh, God, yeah. Something has got to give. So what we gonna do with Mr. King? I'm very disappointed. You got me coming all the way down.
Yeah, we already gave it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Judge, that's a misunderstanding.
No.
Has anybody gone outside to see the more field of the line?
Oh, really? Oh, he did. He must just show up.
Yes, women with double strollers, double baby strollers strolling around like.
We don't, around 12, come
They bring
in.
the kids down.
What's gonna happen with
They got
that?
everybody down there though. You hear me? I never seen so much.
Let's go talk to him.
On the last Friday, they sent a message out that, I guess people weren't coming in for their appointments.
They should have done
They
that.
had a bunch of extra. So they had a long
Yeah,
line,
they
just
did.
everybody.
Is that like late in the day or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, last Thursday.
really? Well, it's good people are wanting to, not waste them,
They
So
should.
it caused all kind
Yeah,
of problems, and they didn't want people coming out.
Always. They get the next day. They
Some
have.
come down, they
Yep.
don't want to come down.
Yeah.
We just got our hands
Well-
full. I'm so tired of this pandemic. I really am, but
Well,
what can I do? Y'all think he's my client, huh?
We're getting through it.
he shows up, he get called.
I know he will, Judge. So what we gonna do about Wednesday? I've got too many problems.
You take care of your problem.
No, that's the problem.
So one day at a time.
Okay, I'll do something else, Judge. It's just a problem. But these courts are opening up. I'm supposed to be in trial right now, but guess what happened?
Yes, Attorney Robinson.
You're in trial with.
Across the street, at Frank Mercy, the COVID numbers spiked,
You all right?
so they couldn't bring them down. So they had to shut it down for 3 more weeks.
Who's
That's
doing
the
trial
second
over
time.
there?
Huh?
Who's doing trial?
It's a committee. So, right, so it rotated. So I had Judge Cusick. So it's not gonna be your trial judge. It's gonna go by the oldest case that's in the jail. We're doing the jailers first, right? Second time it stopped right before I was supposed to start.
You doing jury?
Huh?
You doing jury?
Yes, sir. Oh, but it's only one or two at a time, period, in the whole building. And they have, when you walk in the court and you see all this plexiglass, it's way worse. I'm gonna walk into something. Right, you walk, because it's so clear, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Confirmed to be George Williams Wade.
I can't wait, huh?
George Williams Wade,
Okay,
right?
everybody, two for you.
Okay, cool.
All right, see ya. Take a deep breath and keep on moving.
I'm just thinking, I gotta go to my office and there's gonna be more people coming in.
I hear you. Take care of yourself, yeah. All right, now, that's it.
Hello.
How's that one?
It's good. It tastes like they put carrots in this one.
I can
It's
see
not like
it.
the strawberry banana. Yeah, you see
You
more
get that,
orange.
yeah, like you, this is different. But it has banana in it.
Yeah. But I can really taste the carrots.
Can you believe it?
I don't know what Jessica was talking about. These fill her up.
They feel you?
No.
But she's a lot littler than you. She's okay.
What you trying to say? Right, Judge?
She's shorter than you, she's smaller than you. That's obvious. I'm not trying to
She's
say
not
that you're
shorter
fat.
than me.
Yes, she is.
Jessica?
Jessica Williams like this. You're taller than her, aren't you?
I don't think so.
I thought you were taller than her. How tall are you? How tall are you?
5'3".
I think Jessica 5'3", but I don't think so. But look who's here. Can you see in the flesh? Mr. P.
Right.
Yeah. Long time no see.
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry's in the house.
How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
It's good to see you back. That's all. Don't take nothing wrong. It's just good to see you back.
I've been here like an hour or two.
Yeah, but we didn't have time down. It's down now. We can talk. I can't talk while the judge is on Hey, this is Mr. B, isn't it? Oh, Judge be looking at me like, I'm trying to do these cases.
Right. It'd be like police approach.
Yeah. Take him and put him somewhere.
Okay. Back.
Yeah. He was just prepared to put me in the back. Put him in the
Right.
back. Something wrong with that, brother. No, you said I can put myself. Well, I could do all myself. Yeah, time off. Yeah, right. How you feeling, man? You getting there? Or are you back at your other place? Oh, I ain't think so. I'm blanking.
Yeah, I just barely do what exercise to get there. I got range of motion. So I just, after I come up there, I'll take a step. I'm going up.
They're not rushing you to come back, are they?
Yeah, no.
No.
I don't think so. I ain't too good. No. They told me 6 to 9 months. I'm thinking all of those 6 to 9.
How long you been going now?
I had surgery in January.
Oh. Dang, you'll be off the whole summer.
Yep.
Yep.
How are you? Oh, so. Fishing rod, baseball bat.
Where you go fishing?
Down road.
Down road? I haven't been out there in a long time. I'm going fishing. I used to go there. I've been riding to the island. You know, one year, me and I went salmon fishing with Jay Lee. Oh, that was awesome. I was killing it. It's the first time I ever did fly fishing. Like, oh, you give you that's a workout too, because that big salmon in there. Oh, they don't make it worth your while to catch it. I messed around and caught one that was dead. That's the worst thing to do. Is pull the boat he was going. I said, that's why I said, cut my line, please. This is too much. Almost just tired out, man. Okay, it was Cadillac. Hold on. You do have Mr. Williamson. 12 o'clock.
You mean Willingham?
Well, okay.
Yeah, Willingham is a waiver.
You said I'm saying on there. You call that name, don't say, where'd that name come from?
Is Blair over there? What?
Who was in the restroom? Rob hit the attorney is here. That's a waiver, they said?
Is what a waiver?
Oh, Willingham?
No, I was saying Williams was a waiver.
Oh. Oh, Willingham. Yes, she's out, both of them out there.
Don't call it without me, I'll be right back.
We can.
Well, technically you're probably correct. Let's not tell anybody.
I know.
I've been known to do that. Look on, oh, I got you. That's the way.
Should I leave it running then?
No.
We try to catch you, we try to catch you.
No, you're all right.
Hopefully, Judge, when you finally get the rest of your backsplash, I'll be able to come over through and help out, get that stuff going. Meet each other. I'm getting tired of looking like that.
do? Just watch?
You're funny, actually. You got jokes.
Yeah, watch them.
You gotta talk. No, but talk. Hey, let's move it over a little bit. You run me out the house. You're like, I can do that by myself, please.
Right, why are you even here?
Mm. Didn't the 371 come out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what day was that? Oh, no. You know what's so bad? It was so bad. The day before, let me see. Oh, Jamie Cole, you want me to tell you who was on?
No, over.
Yeah. You know, you remember it came out 844, right?
Yeah, that was Saturday, right?
And I played triple fours, 148. I was like, I'm all over this number again. Triple fours. I played a and I had 418, 148 or something like that. And then I played this one also. So I was all over that number.
Yeah.
Golly, if it would have won, I would have hit. And that 371, I played it 2 days before.
Oh, you didn't play
I
it?
played it all which ways, 4 straight. I would have been bang. I gotta keep the same numbers, so I gotta stop. Some numbers I change up a couple of numbers here and there. The wrong ones, I've been all over it. Played the same ones today? Played the same ones you did today? I'm telling you, what number I think's coming up? That 521. Careful, that's coming out. I mean, that's just a guess, but I'm just saying. See, that's what I wanted to show you. All three of us. Oh, I was like, yeah, that's
What if you would have played 888 instead?
a guy. A guy played it, right?
Triple eight?
And in line, I said, no, I'm gonna play triple fours. I saw how I did that. I feel the fours come out. And it did, but with 8. I should have said 8. Let's try it, because like I'm doing 3 8s, I should have put an 8 with 4 4. I was going fours.
Your boy called me.
Oh, did he?
I didn't tell you he did call me for my birthday.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering about that too. Yeah, I forgot that. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Carrie, you just said, hey.
Yeah, well, he just texted me. Yeah, this week.
Yes, my boy.
Yeah.
You know he got a cut. You can tell you when he gets bored too, man. He got it.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. And y'all, it's weird because y'all had so much history. You can't help but all you in.
Right.
So don't get beat up now.
This is. I like to go like that. till 12 o'clock. 3 minutes, what you need? Some snacks. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, look who's over here. What's up? Something I missed that. I said, that lady, go get the end. I know, right? Oh, God. I said, I saw that number on Slug. I said, yep, that's game. Okay. I'll never do that again. Yeah.
Blair, is the 12 o'clock your case?
Yes, ma'am.
You ready on it?
Am I ready? I'm always ready, Kitty.
Always ready?
The case may not be, but I'm.
Certainly.
Copy or two.
Yep.
Thanks. I'm so darn beat today. Man. You said where? What's that? Where'd you say? I'm so tired today. I don't know why. It's those shoes. Maybe it's just the shoes. Yeah.
He said it's his shoes. What his shoes got to do? You know what? He said it's your shoes. That's why you're so tired.
It's these old shoes I got on my feet. Oh, you told me. Old shoes made them tired. Time for some new ones. Hey. Old, uncomfortable things. Well, Miss Robinson's out in the hallway. I don't know if her clients. Did you talk to her? I did. Okay. I think her clients. Talking about good old times at JDM. Really? Yeah. Oh, man.
They still haven't fixed that clock.
Did you put it in order?
What?
Put the clock?
Yeah, I called the manager. She said she's gonna have somebody come out right away.
Yeah, right. Was that today? Oh,
No, that was last week.
that's what I thought.
Thursday.
Oh, that's such disrespect. Did he ask for basically respect and wishes? What? Sure. Okay. Sit right there, stand when we start the case clock here.
We ready? Calling case number 1956109, the people of the state of Michigan versus Gary Willingham Jr. Defendant is charged with count 1, larceny in a building. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Sarah Robinson, P63181, appearing on behalf of Mr. Gary Willingham, who is standing to my left and behind me, present in the court.
State your name, please, for the record.
Gary Willingham, Jr.
Thank you. You ready to plead?
Judge, I do have an officer in charge, Detective Gary Prisbella here today. We not yet fully witnesses. I just wanted to place on the record if I can, our efforts from our office. I did have to speak with Mr. Mark, ARC, as well as the reporter, I can't pronounce it. Last name is DJOZLIJA, about this case, who, my understanding, he might be the owner or manager. Gave him the date, time, location of the exam today. I also spoke, or rather left a message with the witness, Ms. Rarza, MIRZA, as to the date, time, and location of this exam. But they are not here, they were here for witnesses. Detective Briscoe can also place on the record his suit. Can you please your name on the record, spell your name for the recorder?
Detective Gary Prisbella, PRZYVYLA. Numerous calls were made to the complaining witness, as well as trying to deliver the subpoena to the business, which is currently closed due to the COVID outbreak.
So we got proceed.
Move to dismiss, Judge.
All right, so I can thank you.
Okay, the second.
Yeah, no.
Young man, you can step outside, and wait for your
Oh,
attorney.
here's another case.
Oh, yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
Judge, this case, was transferred to us. I'm assuming that the clerk, or they did it because of this case, but this is a DV case. Yeah.
It is, sure is.
Still need domestic violence.
That's gonna transfer to Joan.
No, it came from Archer. I don't even know. That's Archer. Hi, Taylor, how are you? Okay, so we have a Gary Willingham, who's our case of two. Apparently, it wasn't you, but apparently, the second case.
Oh, no, it didn't. I have no problem. Not you, but I got it all.
It's scheduled for exam today. 2006-05-4301. Is she ready? Oh. Yeah, she's here. She's here, client's here. Yep. Yeah, that's okay with you. Okay, all right, thank you. All right. We gotta get in touch with her. They're done for today, so she's gonna get in touch with the prosecutor. So Sarah, Ms. Robinson, you're gonna have to go down to, Judge Archer's court.
Yes, I will get that one out. Thank you. I will, thank you.
Everybody there.
Ms. Robinson.
Did you get your order?
No, I didn't get my order.
No, we got it. Wait, okay.
That concludes our morning, Dr.
Yeah. That's good, she might take.
Oh, is it? Okay. You also got this.